What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? This is your boy Is Nefarious, and I am here with another edition of your favorite series. Here we go, following the Pittsburgh Steelers of the Premier Madden League. And right now it's not going too well, but let's jump into it and see what we're doing today. Alright, so here we are on the screen. We are in Week 12. We are playing the Cincinnati Bengals. They are 4-6. We are 1-9. Crazy thing is, the leader of the AFC North right now is 6-5. And it's a lot of divisional matchups to finish out the season. We, at the best, could hand them 2 losses because we have them twice. But yeah, it's definitely not a favorable thing. I don't think we're going to have a playoff shot, but, you know, we can build for next season. As you can see on the screen, our offense is a 72 overall. Our defense, 85. Overall, 77. Our defense is fine. Our defense has been playing a lot better ever since we got Stephon Tuitt back. And also ever since we changed up the scheme a little bit. So it has been playing better. But now we got to figure out the offense in the offseason and hopefully get better there. The first thing you could see, press conference, the turnaround. So it says discuss job security with the media. We are not going to click on that because apparently there is a glitch. Even though the settings in our league don't allow human users to be fired for coaching jobs, I guess this press conference and this storyline could get you fired no matter what. It kind of overrides that setting. So we're not going to click on that. We're actually just going to skip it. We're going to jump right into player negotiations. And we're going to discuss some, maybe discuss with some players here. I think we were talking to Gilbert. That's the one guy we were talking to. Let's see if we can get him signed. Right now we're offering him $5 million. Let's put that up a bit. Actually, you know what? You know what? Let's leave it. We're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave him be, because right now the way we're playing defense, we use a safety in one of those sub linebacker spots, and then we have Devin Bush there. So we're fine there. Nobody else we really want to negotiate with. BJ Finney, he's a backup at best. Miles Kilbrew is too slow. He won't get any interest in free agency, so we'll be able to re-sign him if we want. And everybody else is locked right now. But yeah, everybody else is locked. Maybe we bring back Russell Kung. But we got plenty of time to discuss that. Hopefully the offensive line in this draft class, we should have a revamped offensive line by next season. Hopefully. But we are taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's discuss the Cincinnati Bengals and see what we're dealing with on their side. So the Cincinnati team is no different from the first time we played them. The one difference right here, Samaje Perine is the starting running back. Been performing pretty well, getting a lot of broken tackles. Got to realize how big he is, 5'11", 240. So you don't want to stick him with a defensive back because he will run them over. But he's the #1 back right now. Joe Mixon is injured, and Joe Mixon, from the word on the street, is he might be on the block. So, but everybody else is pretty much the same. He throws a lot to Jamar Chase. He's very heavy on the mesh concept, especially hitting those drags, and then if you come up and try to stop the drags, he's going to hit the corner over the top. He's got Jonah Williams. He's got the same offensive line. I don't think anybody's injured there. He's got an okay offensive line, nothing great. Defensive line's okay. I do know his run defense is very weak. I think it's 27th in the league. Hopefully we could get some run game going. He's got Mike Hilton as the #1 corner. Maybe he's the slot corner though in nickel sets, but he's the #1 and he's got 87 speed. So if we see him one-on-one with no help over the top, we definitely got to take that shot. So we definitely want to pay attention to that. Try to get somebody on Mike Hilton one-on-one, and definitely abuse that over the top. Taking a look, let's see. I want to see his specialties as far as the slot corner. All right, he's got Trey Wayne. So that Mike Hilton is pretty much alone out there. He's got good man coverage, good zone coverage. I mean, I think we could get him over top if we see Mike Hilton one-on-one with Deontay Johnson, or even definitely Chase Claypool. I don't think we might even test it with Colin Johnson, because he's 5'9" and Colin Johnson's 6'6", so we definitely could test it. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to this team, we're definitely going to want to run the ball in work and play action, because they do have a really bad run defense. And get them worried about the run, then work in the play action. We didn't have a good run game last game against the Chargers, but I think we can have a little more success this week. On their offensive side, maybe a lot of cover 2, with some hard flats out there, and then have either a Mabel coverage, or I play the deep safety or the deep blue on the tight end side, because I know that's where he's usually going, where he's running this high-low, the drag in the corner out. So maybe that's what we do. But yeah, that's it for the Bengals. We have some changes. We have some big news, some storylines developing. So let's go over to our team and see what we're dealing with. All right, so here we are with our team, and the big storyline is Big Ben has COVID. He will not be in this game. He's in COVID protocol for us, so we are going to roll with Steven Montez. You could roll with Mason Rudolph, but his throw power is at 84. I mean, he does have better accuracy, but I will take the more athletic quarterback in Steven Montez. Give him a shot. When he played for us before, he was pretty solid, so we're going to give him a shot, let him get the start. We're still going to rock with Kellen Balaj. We'll have Anthony McFarland behind him. Maybe we bring back Benny Snell to get him some love as well. Definitely need to figure something out now that Najee Harris is out for 3 more weeks. We got Chase Claypool, obviously our number 1. Deontay Johnson's there as well. We're going to put Colin Johnson above Deontay Johnson, because Deontay Johnson's mainly our slot wide receiver, and we want to get Colin Johnson involved. Definitely want to get him some love. Pat Freiermuth is still the starter at tight end. He's been performing pretty well for us. The offensive line definitely needs a revamp. I don't know how we could make it a little bit better. We're going to probably lean on the run blocking. Trey Turner's solid there. You got 72 from Kevin Dotson. I mean, I don't know if there's any place where we could replace somebody. Everybody's pretty much, we got the best we got when it comes to run blocking. We definitely got to get the run game going, because we're not a high-octane offense. We are definitely a slow-pace, in between the tackles type of offense. So we definitely got to get some type of run game going. We still have the defense pretty much remaining the same. Devin Bush, Joe Schobert. Then you got Alex Highsmith on the other side. Bradley Roby's our number 1. Damon Arnett, we missed that dev story, but he's going to rock there. But 3rd and 4th slot, that's actually going to be our gunner position. So we might actually want to put some speed there. CJ Goodwin, get CJ Goodwin out there so he's on, the pump block and stuff like that. Get some hit power out there. So let's see. I don't think he's got hit power, but we want him to be able to try to block a field goal. The more speed we have there, the better. When it comes to the other side, I mean, we could go Terrell Edmonds, but then we also risk the possibility of him getting injured. Do we have anybody that we want there? Nobody special, so we might just go with speed. We'll put Witherspoon there. So that's what we'll rock with on the defensive side as far as the 3 and 4. Like I said, that's the gunner position, so we want to get those guys in there. Power halfback, we're going to run with Kellen Balaj again. Jalen Samuels was the 3rd down back. We're going to stick with it. He had a pretty good game last game. Even though he's not really as fast as I would like him to be, he still had a solid game. Everybody else is pretty much going to remain the same. Terrell Edmonds is going to remain that sub linebacker. Joe Hayden at that slot corner. So everything else is going to remain the same, but that's the few changes. So one, Big Ben is sick, and he will be sitting this one out, and we will roll with Steven Montez in this game, and Dale with Mason Rudolph as a backup. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Colin Johnson will be in the game. Maybe get some deep balls to him. But hopefully we could get something going on the offense. Maybe the change of quarterback sparks the offense a little bit. We will have Big Ben back next week. When he comes back next week, then we'll be able to run with him. And he had a bad game last week. I ain't gonna lie to you, but he performed well the week before. We can't just give away his starting position after one bad week. But let's jump into the weekly strategy and see how we're gonna game plan for the Cincinnati Bengals team. Alright, so now we're here looking at the defensive game plan for the Cincinnati Bengals, and the first thing you can see on your screen is the offensive play calling tendencies. 30% pass, 70% run, and just taking a look, it looks like on first down, first and long, immediately running the ball. Running the ball, running the ball, running the ball. It looks like 94% running the ball. On second and long, it looks like he's passing a lot more. Third and long, passing. Doesn't say anything for third and short, but I'm pretty sure he's probably running the ball. Taking a look at his numbers, he's number 20 in total yards, number 15 in passing yards, number 21 in rush yards, 30th in turnovers, and then points per game, he's 24th. So the offense isn't the thing going for him. Even though he's 4-6, it's not the thing that's working for him. Just taking a look when it comes to this team. I think we're confident in stopping the run. We are confident in stopping the run. We're gonna actually work on stopping the short pass. The short pass, we're gonna blitz heavy. We're gonna worry about the short pass. Don't give him time to really get through his reads. But that's the game plan. On defense, when it comes to if we're going half, we're going to go half pads, starters. We're going to do split half pads on everybody. So all split, split, split. Hopefully nobody gets injured. But that's going to be the the defensive game plan. We're going to focus on stopping the short pass. We're not worried about double moves. Our intermediate pass coverage might be a little weaker, but that's what we're going to try to use her in this game. So that's what we're going to go on defense. On offense, it's going to be a different approach. We're going to run the ball. That's a definite for sure. We're going to focus on running inside. When it comes to his defense, first and long, he's usually calling cover 3 over 50% of the time. Zone blitz, cover 4, cover 2 man, he rarely uses. If we see cover 2 man on first and long, it's going to be a run, 110%. Second and long, he's running cover 3 100% of the time, it says. Third and long, mostly cover 3. It looks like he's a heavy cover 3 team. Heavy into cover 3. Zone coverage 87%, man coverage 3%, man blitz 6%, zone blitz 3%. So he's one to drop into coverage, not really send too much pressure or additional pressure. Taking a look at his defense, 36.9 points per game, that's 24th. 402 total yards, that's 25th. Pass yards against, 269, which is 16th. Average rush yards, 27th with 132. Takeaways, 29 with 29, which makes him number 12 in the league, and then 18 sacks, which makes him number 18 in the league. So we're gonna focus on the inside run. As you saw, the 27th against the run. So we're gonna do half pads. We're gonna do half pads. We're gonna start split. We're gonna split everybody except for the fullback. It doesn't really matter if you split the fullback or do starters. So everybody's gonna be split. Maintaining a safe practice. A safe practice. Don't want anybody injured. Definitely want people to be out there to get XP and stuff like that. Alright, so when it comes to the training, I know I was doing stuff like the player of the game would get it and stuff like that. We're just gonna switch it up and pick who we want to get it, and we'll run through it. We're not going to do any quarterbacks. None of these quarterbacks are going to be the quarterback of the future, so we won't mess with any of that. We're not going to do any running backs because we got Najee Harris. If we need another running back, we'll just sign a backup. Wide receiver, we're going with Chase Claypool, Deontay Johnson, and we're also going to do Colin Johnson. So this week, we're going to focus on all the wide receivers because we want all three to get some XP. So they'll be the focus players this week, and then we'll switch it up next week, and we'll keep doing that week to week until Najee Harris comes back, and then it's going to be Najee Harris pretty much all the time, and then 2 others. Just take a look at our team stats. Defensive scoring, we're 28th with 123. I believe that's points against. Offensive scoring, 246. That doesn't make sense. So defensive scoring, offensive scoring. There's no way I'm putting more offensive scoring to defensive scoring. That doesn't even make sense. Let's see. It kind of tells me my scouting report too. Gives me my scouting report, which is pretty cool. Total defensive rank, we're 17th. Total offensive rank, 31st. Like I said, our offense is terrible. I'm surprised we're only 31st. I'm surprised we're not 32nd. So if there's an offense out there that's worse than ours, that's pretty bad. When it comes to the weekly game plan, head coach, we are going to focus on winning the turnover battle. That's going to be the goal every time. Get 3 rushing TDs. We're going to do that because we want to make sure we're focusing on the ground. Don't allow a pass TD. We want to get to the quarterback. I'm going to get to the quarterback as much as possible. Definitely want to get to the quarterback. Weekly game plan, 5 sacks. Let's do 200 yards rushing. Actually, let's do 1 interception. We want at least 1 interception. All right, so that'll be the weekly game plan. Those are our focus players. So let's go ahead and sim this and see how we do this week. Hopefully, everybody's A-okay, no injuries. That's what we want mainly. Just nobody gets injured. So taking a look, everybody seems to be good on the defensive side of the ball. On the offensive side of the ball, all right, so we're good so far. So far, so good. All right, everybody's healthy. Everybody's healthy for this week when we take on the Cincinnati Bengals. We get a couple upgrades as well, so that's good. That's always good when we get some upgrades. DeMarcus Christmas, backup defensive tackle. Always love when it's a backup. We're going to upgrade his run stopping ability. And then we're going to actually jump over to auto subs, and we're going to talk about that and how we're going to set that up. Alright, so here we are with auto subs, and basically how this works is the sub out number is the fatigue level that they'll get down to until this substituted out. So right now with the running backs, you can see the sub out level is 60. So he won't come out. The running back won't come out until he drops his fatigue level down to 60. So he won't come out until it's down to 60. So that being said, when it comes to the running back, especially with Najee out, we're gonna do about 85. 85 is good. I say 85 is good. When it comes to subbing in, we'll do 95. So 85, 95. Wide receiver sub in, we're gonna do 95, and then this one will be like 70. Yeah, we'll do 80. We'll do 80. We'll do that. Fullback, not really worried about it. We're not even, we don't even have to touch that. Offensive line, not really worried about it. No offensive line really gets subbed out. Defensive tackle sub in, sub out. We might actually, but see, our defensive tackle is a player with ability. So we're gonna put this at like 90, and we're gonna rock with like 75. Like, we don't want our defensive tackle getting subbed in as much. Defensive end is a little different. I mean, we could go 85. We'll put this up to 80. So we'll put this up to 95 and we'll put this down to 80. So roughly around 80 fatigue, roughly around 85 fatigue. This is when the guys will sub out. Hopefully it doesn't get to that point. Linebacker, same thing. We actually want this to be as high. You want them to keep subbing in, subbing out because they lose some speed. They're going to be in coverage. They're going to do stuff like that. Cornerbacks, definitely want them to sub in, sub out when they get slower, when they lose fatigue. We'll put it at 80 though. We don't want it as much. Free safety, roughly around the same thing. Free safety and strong safety. We'll actually, we'll do 80. So that's basically what we're going to do on this side of the ball when it comes to the auto subs. So they'll do it themselves and we don't really have to worry about, we see a guy in yellow, we have to take him out and then go back, put him back in. So we don't have to worry about that. But now all we have to worry about is the Cincinnati Bengals. So let's jump into that and see how we do. Here we are, week 12 against the Cincinnati Bengals, and the first throw of the game, or actually that was like the third throw of the game, we get an interception, pick 6 on the new quarterback, Steven Montez. He takes it into the end zone, making it a 6-0 score, and then he's going to get the ball back after a 3 and out, and he's going to take that in as well, making it 12-0 already. Pittsburgh Steelers not looking good. Kellen Ballage, who's getting a lot of love with Najee Harris being out, he gets into the end zone, making it 12-7, and then he's going to hit, is that Jamar Chase? Yeah, he hits Jamar Chase up the seam for a touchdown, making it 25-7, and then he's got the ball back after another good play defensively, and then we're going to get a pick here, and Devin Bush has nothing but green grass in front of him. He's going to take it to the 30, the 20, to the 10, and into the end zone for a touchdown, making it 25 to 14. So we're coming back, even though we haven't had the best of starts. We're having a chance to come back here, but on a 3rd and long, we try to send pressure. He's able to hit his tight end over the top. Actually, that was T. Higgins over the top for a touchdown, making it 32 to 14. Now we got the ball in the red zone. We're going to find Colin Johnson here for a touchdown, making it 32 to 21. We still got a chance to come back in this game, even though we had a terrible game. And then we're going to hit Chase Claypool over the top as he misplays that, and we get into the end zone, making it 35 to 28. And that's going to pretty much be the final. The Bengals win this one 35 to 28. All right, so here we are with the post game. Played the Cincinnati Bengals. We lost 35 to 28. Tried to come back at the end. Defense started to strain out, but the offense is just terrible. And it's all on the user. It's not really on the the team itself, even though it is a 72 overall offense. The offensive line is tough to deal with. Steven Montez was a starter this week. Big Ben, we had the storyline of him being in COVID protocol. He'll be back next week. But Steven Montez, 282 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Rushing, you had Kellen Balaj leading the team with 10 attempts for 97 yards with a touchdown, so definitely a better game this time around. Didn't rush the ball enough, I don't think. Receptions, Chase Claypool 7 for 102 and a touchdown, and then Colin Johnson 5 for 32 and a touchdown. So pretty good job from both of them. When it came to the defense, we had 5 sacks on the day, which is a high for us, and 2 interceptions. We'll talk about the player of the game on offense and defense. The player of the game, defense, we're gonna get right to it. Devin Bush definitely got the player of the game. 1 interception and a sack. He had the interception, and he had a pass deflection. I thought he had a fumble for a second. He had the defensive touchdown. So definitely the player of the game on offense. The player of the game on defense is probably gonna have to be. It could be Kellen Balaj. He had 97 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, I mean, we could either go with Kellen Balaj or Chase Claypool. I think those two were the top threats on the offense. Chase Claypool had the touchdown in 102. So we'll give the player of the game to Kellen Balaj. He had a little more yardage and he still had the touchdown. So we'll give it to Kellen Balaj. Should have got him involved a lot more. But, you know, we're 1-9. We're not really in the playoff hunt at this time. Doesn't mean we're trying to lose games, but we're not necessarily trying to sweat out games and do everything we can to win. Even though we try to win. We're just not. We started Steven Montez this week to give him a shot. We're trying to build for next season. Find a way, find what works and build for next season. So we're going to go to the Neff. Come on, Neff, play of the game. It's probably going to be the pick 6. The pick 6 is definitely going to be, and I think it was the first score of the game. Yep, right here. So first score of the game. We're in a shotgun look right now. You could see their box. We got 5 in a running back right now. They got about 6. So I mean, he's kind of out of the play though. This guy's kind of out of the play. So if I'm smart here, that's a DB. He's kind of out of the play. I think I should have been able to run this. But I don't run it. So we decide to pass here. I think our read was Deontay Johnson right here. No, it wasn't either of them. It must have been the running back. It must have been a running back because it was a flat. It was a flat that turned into a pick 6. So if we look here, everybody's pretty much, nobody's open yet. We didn't let it develop too long. Right here, if we're looking and reading this cornerback, once we see that, I mean, we got Chase Claypool wide open for a possible touchdown right there. For a touchdown. Like legit a touchdown if we throw this. I don't think the safety's going to catch him. We throw that. If you watch Claypool, we throw that in this window right here. Look how far the safety is. We throw it in that window. We're scoring on that. We're definitely scoring on that. But we take the, I'm not good. I don't really think I make, I don't really think I could do anything. Flat play. We take the, I'm scared. flat play, and it turns into a pick. And then he takes it into the house for a touchdown as we try to lock in on him. Turns into a pick, take it into the house for a touchdown, game over. Not game over, but 6-0 already, Bengals. Yeah, that's just, you can't be doing that. Cannot be doing that. But yeah, that's the Come On Neff play of the game. Hopefully next week we win. Really don't need to, but hopefully we win. But yeah, we'll keep building, try to find something for next season, especially on the offense. I think the defense we found out a little bit. He was able to run the ball early on, but we were able to lock that up towards the end. But yeah, we'll build for next season, and good game from the Bengals. And let's jump over to the post game and see what we got for XP and stuff like that. So nothing from XP, but we're gonna go ahead and make sure we get Big Ben back at the starting position. Steven Montez, you had your shot. It wasn't the greatest look. He had some rushing yards though. We were able to get some read options where he wasn't really paying attention to him. Still rolling with Kellen Ballage as a starter. I want to check actually while we're here. We're gonna check the injury report. Hopefully next week with Big Ben back at the helm, it's a little bit better. Najee Harris still out for 3 weeks, so it's gonna be this week and then 2 more weeks after this. And yeah, we need to figure something out for the offense. It's definitely gonna be a revamped offense come next season because we need a better offense to compete. As you can see, the 72 overall offense isn't going to cut it. The defense is 85, so we got a solid defense, and I think our defense has been performing pretty well as of recently. It's for some reason it said a top 10 defense, but no, definitely not a top 10 defense. But that's going to do it for us today. Everybody have a great day, and I'll see you next time.